Welcome to yet another incredible episode where we transport you beyond Earth's limits. We're entering Io, Jupiter's most volcanic moon, one of the most hostile locations in our solar system today. Living here would be extremely difficult due to the hundreds of active volcanoes, lava lakes, and radiation levels that might kill you in a matter of seconds. What if we had to, though? What would it really be like to survive on Io? Let's investigate. Io is frequently referred to as a hellish world, and with good cause. Io is teeming with geological activity, in contrast to our moon, which is very quiet and covered with old craters. It is the solar system's most volcanically active body. Imagine being on a surface that is always changing and shifting because of continuous eruptions. Molten rock and sulfur burst into the sky, creating plumes that rise hundreds of kilometers. Lava flows that are hotter than anything on Earth can extend for hundreds of kilometers. This is extremely dangerous. It's not simply extreme. Jupiter, the parent planet of Io, is a major contributor to its high activity. Like a stress ball, Io is stretched and squeezed by the gas giant's tremendous gravity. The extreme volcanic activity we observe today is the result of this process, called tidal heating, which creates massive levels of internal friction. But in addition to gravity, Io is also being bombarded by Jupiter's powerful radiation. Unprotected humans wouldn't survive more than a few minutes in the environment created by the planet's magnetosphere, which showers Io with lethal charged particles. Don't breathe heavily on Io if that was your plan. Sulfur dioxide makes up the majority of its nearly non-existent atmosphere, which is far from anything that a human could live on. Because of the extremely low pressure, any human without protection would experience immediate decompression. Only in a highly enclosed habitat that offers artificial oxygen and protection from the outside world will they be able to thrive. So, where would we live if we ever colonized Io? The ideal choice would be underground rather than on the surface. Living on the surface is practically difficult due to radiation, the absence of atmosphere, and the frequent volcanic outbursts. Rather, we would want bases that are well sheltered from the worst of Io's hazards beneath the crust. These bases would need self-sustaining life support systems, continuous monitoring, and cutting-edge technology. An Io colony would be more like a fortress, a daily struggle to survive than the Mars colonies that are commonly pictured. Access to water would be one of the main obstacles to survival on Io. Io lacks significant ice deposits, in contrast to some of Jupiter's other moons, including Europa and Ganymede. Water is difficult to find, which makes survival even more challenging. Any water we used would need to be recovered using intricate chemical procedures or transported from another source. Another difficulty would be food, which would need to be grown hydroponically in enclosed spaces. It's obviously not your typical greenhouse, so picture cultivating plants in a bunker under an extraterrestrial volcano. It would be challenging to power a base on Io. Because Io spends so much time in Jupiter's shadow, solar power is not always dependable. Geothermal energy, which uses the powerful heat from Io's volcanoes, is the greatest choice. A potentially infinite source of energy might be produced straight from the lava flows using sophisticated heat converters. Another option would be nuclear power, which provides a more reliable energy source. Energy management would be essential for life in any case. We would need vehicles unlike anything we have ever developed if we ever intended to explore Io. The extreme circumstances on Io would be too much for conventional Mars rovers to survive. Rather, we would require heat-resistant, radiation-shielded vehicles that could handle high temperatures and traverse uneven terrain. Specialized suits would be needed by astronauts to shield them from the dangerous radiation and the extreme heat. It would be like traversing a dynamic battlefield when exploring Io, where the ground could crumble at any time. Will Io ever be visited by humans? Io is still one of the most intriguing locations in our solar system, even if it is unlikely to be a desirable place for settlement. Its surface could be explored by future robotic expeditions that map its volcanoes and investigate its distinctive geology. With improvements in space technology and radiation protection, it's possible that astronauts will visit this extraterrestrial planet in the future. Io, a world of fire, ice, and lethal radiation, is still one of the most hostile and harsh places on Earth. The trip to Io, the most volcanic moon in our solar system, is now complete. Do you think you'd ever go there? Tell us in the comments section below. For more incredible space explorations, don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, and subscribe. Keep thinking big and gazing up at the stars till the next time.